let's read our mission statement, please. Our mission is to inspire and empower our students to reach their full potential through opportunities and experiences in a safe, diverse, and collaborative environment. Okay, Trustee Stevanovic, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So just kind of a reminder, if you guys don't have a big mouth like I do, kind of remember to keep your mics kind of close so we can get to pick you all up on the mic, please.
Got it.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson.
Present.
Trustee Beltowski. Trustee Dyroff. Trustee Sterlini.
Present.
Trustee Stevanovic.
Present.
Trustee Wall.
Present.
Trustee Winlands present.
We have a quorum. All right. Welcome, everybody. Yes, sir.
Nope, that wasn't good.
Oh.
I just wanted to make, there's going to be a request for a change in agenda, so.
Okay. Yep. Mark had mentioned, I think Mark mentioned it. Yep. Okay. And you guys all see the updated agenda item here as well? Okay. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education accepts the August 19, 2026 agenda as presented. A board member may request an item be moved from the consent agenda to superintendent's recommendations. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Wall.
Support.
Supported by Trustee Anderson. Comments? Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I'd like to ask to put the building and site in the superintendent report because it would be more appropriate for the meeting.
Okay, perfect. Everybody good with that?
So we would add B to Building and Site Committee meeting minutes under Superintendent's report.
Okay. All right. And again, everyone has this extra paper with the updated verbiage and all that? Okay. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson.
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic.
Yes.
Trustee Wall.
Yes.
Trustee Winlands, yes. Trustee Sterlini.
Yes, motion carries. I did want to acknowledge, sorry about this, Trustee Dyroff and Trustee Beltowski did tell me they weren't going to make it here tonight, so good there. All right, public comments on agenda items, just on agenda items only. Anyone? Anyone? All right. Next up, superintendent's reports. Part A, start of school year update. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I love it. Start of school, 2026-27, just a quick update. We're certainly excited, gearing up towards start of school. A couple of things that are already in the works and ready to roll on. We have our administrative welcome back is August 25th. That's an all-day session that we hold with all the administrators. We talk about summer updates. We're going to be discussing new admin structures, the budget, the impact of the 26-27 state aid budget. We'll also be focusing on school improvement plans. So if you see the acronym MIKIP, that's what those are, the building school improvement plans, as well as the consolidated application. Scott is absent tonight, so I knew he was going to be out. So, but he's been working diligently to get all of the consolidated grants completed. Title I is completed. That's a huge project. So we'll be sharing that and working on that with administrators. We'll also be discussing at length the weighted, the 31A and the Section 41 part of the state aid budget that is still again, keep saying this, but waiting for guidance from MDE on those dollars. We'll be talking about the Yonder pouches, and this is year 2 of Yonder pouch, and now there's a change, obviously, in the law that makes it mandatory that no cell phones during instructional time. So we're going to review our processes with that. We're also going to talk about the vector training. Then on August 31st, in relation to the vector training, all staff will be logging on virtually and doing their vector sessions. They are safe schools training, active assailant, bloodborne pathogens, child abuse, mandatory reporting, bullying, Title IX, sexual harassment, and youth suicide awareness and prevention. So those are the vignettes that staff will be going through on August 31st. So that is already scheduled, and they're already aware of that. We'll be sending out those vector courses midweek of next week. We don't want to send them out too early because we have to have staff log in on this day to do those vectors classes. The Board of Education will be receiving a vector class as well, and I'll have that information. You guys have to take the, I know I'm looking at this, you guys have to do the Title IX as well, so, okay? And then on September 8th, that's first day of students. It's a half day. In the afternoon, we'll be doing building staff meetings. On the 9th, which is a half day as well for students, we'll be doing all staff special education updates and training from our folks from Wayne Risa. And then that's on Wednesday. On Thursday, the focus of that professional development in the afternoon is curriculum. The Young Fives will be doing Eureka Math. The kindergartens will be doing the Envision Math. That's the new math that you approved. The grades 1 through 5 will be doing iReady Math, and that's, again, the curriculum you guys approved, I think, 2 meetings ago. Was it 2 meetings ago? And then while the elementary staff are focused on that, the high school are going to start on the dyslexia law and the mandatory training that we have to do. So we're going to do 6 through 12 here, and then we'll circle back in our first PD day on November 2nd. We'll do the dyslexia training with the elementary staff. So that's the professional development. Then Friday is the classroom training time. So if you get bored, I'm sure Sue could use some help. I'm joking. So today, all of the iReady stuff that you guys purchased came into the district. So if you go to Polk Elementary and you walk into the gym, you will see 8 pallets full of materials that Sue will be going through. Thank you, Sue. And she'll be checking it up with the purchase orders and making sure that all the orders are complete and that we have all the materials that you guys approved to purchase. And then our building engineers, and Pat will assist with this, will be distributing all those materials out to the buildings based on their needs and how many packets of this they need and how many packets of that. So it's a busy time, and I told Sue, tomorrow wear your tennis shoes, and I volunteered to help, but she said nope, she's got it covered.
I'm sure. You did volunteer, right? I'm sure.
I did, yeah.
I hear
So pretty excited about the start of school year. Everything's pretty much set. If you walk around the buildings, you can see that the buildings are really coming around. And I do want to do a shout out to Pat and her crew. We did adjust the way that our exteriors are being upkept, and I think you can tell the difference there as well. So quickly for enrollment update, in the central office has been very busy. Carol doing a great job with this, along with Caleb, and then we do have one of our staff members that's volunteering, Andrea. She's been in and assisting, but we processed 130 school choice and move-in enrollments so far. Over 50 were finalized this past week. We still have folks coming in. Our school choice window has closed now, and the reason, someone asked me, why did you close it? The school choice students have to be in their seats the first day of school so we can count them. So to get all the paperwork done, to get everything around, so it is closed so that we can make sure that we have every one of those applicants, every one of those students in the seats. And then I talked about it is getting busy. We have people coming in today. I think we had 3 families come in today to enroll students, moved in to the district. So just a lot of work going on, and my thanks goes out to those folks for working on getting those enrollments completed, getting all the paperwork done, so that those students can get schedules and be ready to go for the start of school. So with the survey that we did, just updated, that has been closed already. We did receive a final tally of 591 respondents and about a 98% return rate on those that are coming back to the district. So that's not all of our students, so we won't have the exact number, and we'll have to do the Friday counts every Friday leading into the 4th Friday day. But that kind of gives us a sense of at least for those that filled out the applicants, that we're getting a pretty good return rate. And the main reason why people weren't returning the message that they put, there weren't that many, but the ones that did indicated that they moved out of district. So that's rolling. Staffing, we're still in the process of completing all the staffing for the start of the school year, the two major ones. We have 2 assistant principal positions open at the high school and at the middle school, so we'll be completing, we've done initial screenings, we'll be completing those interviews by early next week, and we'll get people on board. We have received a good number of applicants and interest in those positions, and so we're doing that. Holly's busy finalizing staff placements across the board for all of our teaching staff. I'll also be meeting with the pairs, finalizing those staffing assignments. We'll get that all out, so we're ready for the start of school. So that's what I have.
Excellent. All right, building and sites.
Thank you. So the building and site met on Tuesday, August 11th. We started at 7:04 p.m. Present was myself, Trustee Beltowski, Mr. Kleinhans, Pat Antonosian. Did I say it right? Okay, thank you. Otherwise, you're going to make me write a chalkboard, and I would do it. Committee members Pat Greca and Virginia Morgan. Not present were Trustee Stevanovic. Did I say it right? Wow. Okay. And Scott Armstrong. With old business, Mark went over the building and site balance, as in, what was our fund balances in that. I'm just going to put it in a summary here. At the end of June 30th of 2025, so not this June, but the one before, it was $1,728,933.16. With the as of June 30th for this year, with an estimate, and the reason there's an estimate because the audit hasn't been completed yet. Once that's done, then we'll have the exact number. That will be anticipated $121,424.36. And that, so don't worry about the cents, because like I said, we got to wait for the audit. But that is basically what would be left over from the prior sinking fund that we had previously. So with the Bedford site improvement, the final work on the obstacle course is planned for this week. And the committee wanted to hold on placing the netting on the side of the baseball diamond area there, but due to the cost, it was approximately $10,000 with a 1-year warranty. So we're thinking, if anything, let's look at it back in the springtime.
When you have a
that's
full
for now,
season.
Right? Yes. And come to find out that Dad's Club didn't even use the field this year, so that was another thing that was mentioned. The committee wants to, oh yes, I said that. And the other thing was that repairs need to be done to the cement work. This is by the bike rack, the walkway, the student lineup and drop-off loop, and the outdoor classroom area. The good news is that cement repairs are covered under the warranty, so nothing out of our pocket. The high school student parking lot, we received more information on the solar lighting versus the electrical lighting, and there were multiple unknowns with the electrical under the Annapolis Road, which there could have meant a lot more unexpected increases that we don't even have an idea of yet. So it's an unknown. The committee wanted to put it forward to the school board to vote for the approval of the solar lighting for the parking lot, and that's with K&S Ventures at $27,410, and those particular funds would actually still be coming from the one that we have the balance of the $121,000. So it wouldn't even be from the new sinking fund. And then for new business we talked about the OW Best Roof, and with what would be the rounds, because that was one of the anticipated projects with the new sinking fund. And so there was a company that came out that's been coming out and assessing our roofs and all that. And so it was suggested to save money with the district. We've been using Elevate Firestone for the product on at least 3 of our roofs, and we've been pretty happy with that. So the thought was have the manufacturer go ahead and create the RFP, the request for proposals, and that way that saves us from hiring an engineer firm. So that's where some money would be saved there. The plan is to pursue that around February or March, so that way we could seek bids in spring, and that way we could start the roof repair summer of 2027 after classes get out. And then there was also discussion about the difference between replacing and recovering the roof. Difference is replacing, you can only do it one time. Analogy of the house. Houses, you can shingle over another layer of shingles, but with the roof, you can only do over one layer of the roof. So if there already happens to be a second layer, you can't do recovering. The nice thing is there is a significant price difference between recovering and re-roofing, and they both come with a 20-year warranty. So that was a good part there. And then they would also repair, if there's like something that's bad, it'd be repaired either way. If it was completely taken off or they find a bad spot, they would take it all the way down to the boards or whatever the base is, and then they would go from there. The Bedford parking lot, there was a proposal brought to us, or an offer to seal coat and restripe the parking lot, and that would also be the drop-off loop off of Annapolis. The estimate was $8,186, but the committee did not feel that would be an appropriate expense at this time.
They're talking about the one
The
that
one that we just
put
had
in?
done, yes, yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's why the committee said, we're not going to bring that to the board. So-
Whoever brought it to us
Well,
asked us to do it.
nope,
goodness.
I'm just bringing what's at the meeting. I leave bias out.
Oh.
There was no other business, public comment, there was none. The next meeting's to be determined, and we ended the same day at 9 PM. Any questions?
The roof, my understanding, the roof, we are in the situation for OW Best that we can just do a layover, so we're going to save half the amount, because it's not, there's no need for a tear off, my understanding.
Right, that'd be like the
Right, so we're going to save like half
yeah,
the cost.
it's a yes, it's a huge amount difference.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, later on I can,
Yeah.
we will have better numbers and all that.
I just want people to have some positive, like, yeah, we don't have to
Oh,
pay half
that's,
that.
yeah, luckily. Now,
Yeah,
and the nice thing is we wouldn't have to hopefully address with that for another 20 years too. So.
right, okay.
And I can just add about the seal coat and the restriping. When we did the walkthroughs with the folks on the cement, that's where that discussion came up, hey, we do offer this service. So we felt we would bring that to the committee. That's where it came from.
But
So-
it didn't come to the board.
No, I know, it's just funny. Hey, we put in an insignificant cement job done for you, but hey, now we can give you this job to, for X amount of money to fix it. Does anybody see, am I missing? Okay.
Yeah.
The whole world
Just
just
remember
did.
them for the next
Yeah.
job.
But I didn't, but I
Note that.
wanted to make sure that we at least presented it as an option.
No, I
out
get
there.
you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yep,
that. It's just
yep.
insane.
And the main issue with the cement was the pitting and the scaling of the top. And so we talked at length with the manufacturer. There appears to be an industry issue with the cement, and so some of the pitting, I think we looked at it, and after discussions, that's fine. But some of the pitting, or some of the areas had this scaling where it looks like the cement didn't settle, didn't harden at the top. So they were out there and they've taken much of that cement out and replaced those areas that were bad. One of them by the drop-off was more of a framing issue where the dirt gave way and the edge broke off. They were replacing that whole thing for us. So, yeah, so I just want to give you an update of where that information came from. Okay?
And after the meeting's over, I'm going to make copies so everybody has a copy of the minutes,
Cool, thank you.
including the
Crew in the back?
members.
Crew in the
I'll
back?
have one for you.
All right, we good there? All right, I forgot where I'm at now. It like threw me off. Okay.
Certified staff.
Thank you, thank you. Certified staff resignations, Exhibit number 1 in your packet. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education accepts the following certified staff resignations. Ariel Brown, Principal OW Best, effective August 17th, 2026. Michael, I'm going to say his last name, Kleiman. Sorry, Michael. Field Service Engineer, August 24th, 2026. Avery Shelton, ECP Teacher, Madison, August 9th, 2026. Kevin Knierim, Assistant Principal / Athletic Director, Annapolis High School, effective August 11th, 2026. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by
Support.
trustee Wall. Could I hear
Support.
support? Supported by trustee Stefanovic. Questions, comments? Go ahead.
So I know if we all said no, they'd have to stay.
I know.
That wouldn't be fair to them, though.
I know.
But I do want to say, and I'm sure they might hear this from other people too, but definitely going to be missed. There are some here that I've known for my years being here, and really going to miss their services
I agree.
and their smiles.
Agree.
Agreed, and I would add, we want to wish all of these folks the very best of luck as they move forward.
Yep, absolutely.
And we can vote no on Michael. 'Cause- No, I'm just kidding. You might turn off the mics on us.
He might. Anyone else? All right. Roll call, please.
Trustee Stefanovic,
Yes.
Trustee Wall,
Yes.
Trustee Winless, yes. Trustee Anderson,
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini.
Yes, motion carries. That's the bad part of our job sometimes, right?
Yep.
Okay. Item B, second reading of proposed revised and reissued board policies. Exhibit number 2. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the second reading at adoption of proposed new revised and reissued Neola board policies as presented. Policy 5000, updates. 5111, eligibility of resident, non-resident students. 5112, entrance age. 5113, schools of choice program, interdistrict. 5200, attendance. 5331, students with special health care needs. 5451, student recognition. 5511, dress and appearance. 5514, student use of bicycles, motorized bicycles, e-bikes, and scooters. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wall.
Support.
Supported by trustee Winless. Questions? Comments? Yes, sir.
Yes, so I received from one of the board members a couple of changes. One is on policy 511, if you want to look at that and open that up. These are, one of them is a technical correction on line item 22, so we're on 511, eligibility of students, the second page, line 21. It should be have, not has. You guys see that? Page 2.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's right after the they, it's right after the, if they, she, he, we took out she, he, and took out, we'll change that has to have. Thank you, Leslie, for pointing that out. And then also, we'll do a definition of a legal ward. We'll just add that in there. And basically, you know, a legal ward in the student handbook means minor child placed under formal legal care and custody, I can say that word.
Custodial?
Thank you, of an adult guardian by court order. For attendance, this means assigned guardian holds full legal right and duty to excuse absences, sign school notes, and receive official notices. So if everybody's comfortable with the definition of that, putting that in there. And then there's one other issue, and I want to pass this out. On policy, there was a question on policy 5112, entrance age. And I actually had to go to Carol today because she is the expert. She explained this to me. And then I went and I thought I would get some additional information. But there was a question about line 16 on that page. A child who turned 6 years of age before December 1st. So there's these issues of the December 1st and the September date. So I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. In Michigan, the standard age requirement for starting kindergarten is turning 5 years old by September 1st. However, the December 1st date serves as an early entry waiver cutoff. Parents whose children turn 5 between September 2nd and December 1st can sign a formal waiver to enroll early. The December 6th is the date that they use if you go down compulsory school attendance. December 1st date is also tied to when children are legally required to start school. So I just want to get clarification on that because it is kind of confusing in the policy.
So, question, are we going to put that, are we going to reword it for that then?
I think it's, I would recommend that we adopt this. This is information, we adopt the policies as they're indicated. These are Neola policies, so.
Okay.
But we could attach this to the AG, which may be helpful.
Just an
Sounds good.
extra.
Okay.
Okay.
And thanks again, Leslie, for pointing those issues out.
And that policy that you're on, the 5112 entrance age,
Yes.
I also pointed out on page 2, line 14, it references date notification in C2, but C2 doesn't have a date, C1 does. So I think it should reference C1.
Yep, thank you for pointing that out. I did make a note on that. Got it. I made a note on it, but I forgot to talk about it, so thank you. Yeah.
All right. Good with any others? Did he answer all your questions?
The ones I emailed, but I didn't email this one on 5113. And I just was wondering if on page, why does it say page 10? Page 2, but it says page 10?
It says page 10 at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the right page. Should it say Regional Education Service Agency?
Yes.
Okay. And then on page 4, or listed as page 12, it says payment of fees or charges. Is this related to like tuition?
What
Or
number
is
are you
it,
on?
I'm on page 4, line 4, number 7.
So it's actually page 12 at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Fees, payment of fees and or other charges. Is that referring to like the tuition?
Yes. Superintendent Development Corner.
Do we have tuition paying students?
We do not,
Okay.
so,
Could that be for sports or something?
however, the language about tuition has not been removed from the legal version, so I think we got to keep it in.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Just wanted to clarify. I think that was it for me.
All right. Everyone else good? Good? Okay. Roll call, please.
Sorry, I got one more.
No, you're good. You're good.
5331, line 19. In some cases, a student's disability may prevent them from eating meals prepared for general school population instead of they.
Which
So
one?
that's 5331, line 19, page 1. Instead of they, them.
Good catch.
Thank you.
And then that's it for sure this time.
Okay. Now roll call.
Okay, roll call is trustee Stevanovic,
Yes.
trustee Wall,
Yes.
trustee Winless, yes, trustee Anderson.
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini.
Yes, motion carries. Item C, MASB 2026 Delegate Certification for Assembly, Exhibit Number 3. Be it still resolved that the Board of Education appoints and approves blank and blank as delegates along with blank and blank as alternates to the Michigan Association of School Boards to represent Dearborn Heights School District Number 7. Delegates selected by the Board of Education will help decide MESB's positions on a wide variety of issues affecting education. Delegate assembly will begin Thursday, October 15th, 2026 at 7 p.m. in Lansing, Michigan. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wall.
Support.
Supported by trustee Stevanovic. All right. Discussion, obviously. Trustee Winnes.
I would like to be one of the representatives, the delegate representatives for this. I did it last year, and I found it very informative, and I gave a lot of suggestions on the policies they put forward, similar to what I do here. I kind of nitpicked them to death and gave changes to grammar and a lot of the sentences that were in the policies, and I'd love to be able to do that again this year.
Okay. Anyone else? Trustee Wall, you had your hand up
I mean, I'm interested unless someone else really passionately wants to go.
for the bill.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this for a second. I know, just for transparency or whatever. So I know the board had said we aren't going to conferences because of the financial issues. This conference should be one that we should go to when it's local. We still would have to stay, just because of the way the conferences work. It's hard to drive home and back every night. It's too much, believe me, because you're there till like 9 o'clock. Actually, the delegates are there till 10, 11, so. But this is something that we use MESB for us as a district, and if we don't go to this, then we should pull out of MESB, is my thoughts, because what's the point then? And this gives us a voice when we go to this, especially this one. It gives our voice as a district to say, hey, we want you to do this for us. We want help in this. So we do have a voice. So this is something that we should definitely go to. With that, the other piece of that we found out, well, last year we found out we actually have 2 delegates we're allowed to have, which is great. We used to have only 1. The other piece to that, though, whoever goes as a delegate, you will get, typically it's like a month before, a packet of what is to be voted on. That should be coming to the board to go over to vote on, because you as a delegate should be going to the meeting based on what we say as a board. Here's what we want, here's how we want you to vote. It's not for the delegate to, I'm going to vote my opinion. It's got to be the school district's opinion, which I will admit, we've done it wrong in the past. So we're going to correct that. And so that's the other piece of it. That delegate's got to make sure we get that, and then the board's got to meet beforehand, and so that way the delegate can vote for us. Does that make sense? Am I missing anything? Did I miss anything? The other piece of that is, Trustee Winless did go to MESB and did go to a bunch of things, thank you, and she was given, what is it, scholarship, or to help us with the cost of this. So that's a huge impact on, like, she's already signed up actually to go, but she was going on her dime, I'd like to be transparent, but she's got it now where, like MESB and whomever, and if I'm misspeaking, correct me, like, will help cover the cost for her to go. So that's huge. So anyway, just.
Well, to add to that, it's the cost for anybody to go. They offer a $500 scholarship for any individual board member who puts in the application. It's a very simple application. It's all done online. It takes them about a day and a half to get back to you. And anybody who would like to go can get that $500 scholarship, which basically pays for the registration fee, which is $550.
Okay. All right. I'm happy to go. If you want to be a delegate, I'm happy to be an alternate. Anyone else? Did you want to go? Alternate? Okay. All right. So we'll do that then. So obviously if Derek or Leslie, I'll put myself as the first alternate. Are you guys good with that? And then you'll be the last in case one can't go, so then it would be me. All right. So it would read that it would be Leslie and Derek, and then I would be the first alternate, and then Trustee Anderson would be the second alternate. Does that make sense to everybody? Is that good? All right, I'm going to read it. All right. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education appoints and approves Trustee Winless and Trustee Wall as delegates, along with Trustee Sterlini and Trustee Anderson as alternates to the Michigan Association of School Boards to represent Dearborn Heights School District Number 7. Delegates selected by the Board of Education will help decide MESB's position on a wide variety of issues affecting education. Delegates assembly will begin Thursday, October 15th, 2026 at 7 p.m. in Lansing, Michigan. All right, so we already had a motion. Roll call, please.
Trustees Stevanovic,
Yes.
Trustee Wall,
Yes.
Trustee Winless, yes. Trustee Anderson,
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini.
Yes, motion carries. All right. Excellent experts. Sorry, just making notes. Okay. Item D, AHS parking lot light replacement exhibit number 4. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the repair replacement of the lights in the AHS student parking lot as recommended by the Building and Site Committee. The total cost of the project is $27,410, and monies will be derived from the Building and Site Sinking Fund. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee
Support.
Wall, supported by Trustee Stevanovic. Questions or comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Wall,
Yes.
Trustee Winless, yes. Trustee Anderson, Trustee Stevanovic,
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini.
Yes, motion carries. Okay. Item E, amended and restated state aid operating notes resolution exhibit number 5. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the amended and restated state aid operating notes resolution as presented. The board hereby approves and authorizes the extension of the maturity date of the note from August 20th, 2026 to October 21st, 2026 on the terms agreed upon with the purchaser. The president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, superintendent, and business manager of the issuer, each an authorized officer are each hereby authorized and directed on behalf of the issuer to execute and deliver as amended and restated note and to take all other actions and execute all other documents necessary or appropriate to carry out the purposes of this resolution and to effectuate the extension of the maturity date of the note. The authorized officers of the issuer are each hereby authorized and directed to prepare, execute, submit, and deliver any applications, notices, certifications, filings, reports, or other documents required by the Michigan Department of Treasury or any other governmental authority in connection with the extension of the maturity date of the note, including any documents necessary to reflect the October 21st, 2026 maturity date, except for the extension of the maturity date expressly authorized by this resolution. All terms, conditions, pledges, covenants, and obligations of the issuer relating to the note shall remain in full force and effect, including the appropriation and pledge of state aid in the full faith and credit of the issuer to the extent provided in the original authorization and note. All authorization and parts of resolutions insofar as they conflict with the provisions of this resolution are hereby rescinded. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Winless.
Support.
Supported by Trustee Anderson. Questions or comments? Please
So-
don't make me reread this.
No. So very good job. It was 4 pages, so we
Yes.
cut it down. So all this is based on information, Ron and I working with our financial advisors to make sure that, so what happens is schools do state aid from the previous year based on estimates. This will allow us to, now that we know our state aid, for Ron to update the state aid for our borrowing note, and then this will also help with cash flow, but they recommended that we just push this forward. You can actually go a full year. We could have pushed it a full year, but we don't need to do that. We can go to the 20th, close one note, and then go in, as you guys know, we'll, for cash flow purposes, we'll be doing this here in another month. It probably will be 4 pages long that you'll have to read, but that will be reissuing a note. So this is for cash flow purposes only.
So I have a question. So you said we only need to go October, but we could go it out a full year. I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So we won't need to go then in October or November and redo it? Because
No, we will. Yep, so we have to close this note out, pay it off, and then reborrow.
Okay.
Yep.
So
that's
in
it.
doing that, though, aren't we charged more fees then because each note or loan we take? Aren't we assessed different fees because of each new loan?
The notes those are built into all of the, the funds and the
Right.
cost of the borrowing. So there are additional fees, but we wouldn't be able to go the full fiscal year.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
All right, questions or comments from anyone else? Okay. Roll call, please.
Trustee Winless, yes. Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Stefanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Sterlini?
Yes, motion carries. Unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? School-wise, not personal. Just kidding. Just kidding. I said school-wise, not personal. I was just being silly. All right. New business. Do we have any new? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if it's new business or other business, but when I was also researching ways to cover the conference, I found a $1,500 tuition rebate that we can do for board workshops or anytime we need to bring MASB in, and we can apply for $1,500 towards that as a board, but it has to be a resolution on the agenda. We have to vote on it, and then they'll give us $1,500. And I was thinking maybe our strategic plan, since we know we have to do that coming up soon, and we want MASB help, we can do a resolution for that $1,500 grant to give Mark or Susan permission to go on there and apply on behalf of the district.
I like it.
So I wanted to bring that forward, and then I also wanted to point out that the CBA classes that have asterisks by them are refundable by the Michigan Department of Education for up to $100 per class, and the classes are $125. In order to do that, though, the district has to pay for the classes first, and then MDE will reimburse the district, but they will not reimburse individual board members. So it does have to be paid through the district, then reimbursed by MDE, and then you would pay the difference, the $25 difference.
So basically, any classes we take are going to go through the school district to save us money, because I know people like to get their points, but we need to save the district some money.
Yes.
All right, okay.
Derek, you got a question?
Well, when she was just talking about points, she was talking about like the credit card points.
Credit card
Oh, yeah.
points.
I thought you were talking about, well, no, you still get the points for the class.
No, I meant credit card points.
I took me a
Credit card
minute.
Class, but it's not going to count as a credit.
Yeah, unless you want to pay for the full thing yourself.
And I just want to check with Trustee Winless. It was for that one, it's a group thing, though, that we
Yes.
would have to all partake in, though.
Yes.
The
Okay, just
1,500.
clarify that. Yeah, yep.
Okay, thank you for all that. I don't know how you have the time, oh gosh. All right, we good? Unfinished business, on new business? All right, district points of pride, Mr. Kleinhand.
So I already talked about the start of school, so pretty excited about getting things rolling. Again, if you just look in here, you can see that the buildings are getting all wrapped up with the new wax, and everything looks good. Next week, I believe the 24th is the date that we open the buildings for our staff, and we do that so that we don't have people coming in and out when we're trying to clean areas. So pretty excited to get teachers back, and I will have to say that there are some of our staff that wish they could have got in 3 weeks ago. So they're really excited to come back and get their classrooms ready and get all their materials going and just ready to roll for this school year. So I want to thank everybody. Also, some work that goes on behind the scenes. So Ron is kind of learning this whole school finance world, and so we've got some folks coming in that's supporting Ron, but he did our summer discovery final expenditure right through the Belmer Group and the grant, and he's reached out to those folks and made the comment of how pleased they were with the first year implementation of our summer school. And I will just add, I want to thank everybody, all the staff, the students, the families that supported that. We had 2 people that came in and volunteered every single day for the whole 6 weeks, 2 parents. Just amazing, and they were very pleased with how we implemented. The other thing that was unique was we had to make a decision going into summer school, and I'm going to divert a little bit, about whether in the afternoon we could use our own teachers to do I call them the exploratories, but the afternoon activities. Or you could go through a third party and contract them out and have them come in. And we made the choice of using our own staff members to do the extra coursework in the afternoon. When I was doing the screening for the positions that were in the process of filling, one of the particular individuals that we talked to ran a summer discovery, and they went through a third party. And in the discussions after talking about that, I'm so thankful that we used our own staff members. So that's a point of pride to me, because some of these staff members, they put together these courses on their own time, made it fun for the kids, and it just really turned into a cool thing. So kind of wrapping up this year, moving into next year, we're going to build on that excitement. We will reapply for that grant, so hopefully we'll get it for next year as well. But we want to take that momentum into this school year, start off with a positive, get all the staffing pieces handled so we're good to go, get our teachers in here, and get ready to welcome our students back. So, very good.
Cool. All right, thank you.
So just to double on that,
Yep.
the conversation I had with the program officer, she said today that we knocked it out of the park.
Nice.
She said when the Ballmer group came in and did a site review with us, a walkthrough, and they were extremely impressed with our program, the administrators, all the activity, our enrollment, attendance, everything. So they said everything from a first-year perspective was outstanding, and they can't wait
Good.
to have us reapply again
Oh,
as well.
good,
So
good. That's good. Awesome.
That's the part I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want us
that's
again.
so
They want us again,
Good.
yes, yes.
Good job, everybody. That's awesome. Excellent, excellent. All right. Thank you guys for that. All right, what do we do? Yeah, okay, other business, any other business? Nope, all right. Updates, upcoming board committee meetings. We have a policy committee coming up on September 16th at 5:30 at OW Best. Do we have anything else scheduled? No? No? Okay. All right, on to public comments two. Do we have any public comments? Public comments? Anyone? I was waiting for it. State your name, please, and affiliation. Just your name. We'd like to hear it.
What's my name?
I said state your name.
Virginia Morgan. Okay. I'm about a lot of things, but the one thing that I'm really concerned about is money and finance. And when I was on the board, people would say, I didn't even look at it because you went through it, and if it's fine. And I sometimes I talk about what we used to do, but and I know you have found your own way of doing things. Okay, so I was pleased to see the payment of invoices on the agenda, but it wasn't exactly what I'm used to seeing or hearing. So how an agenda item like that would be, it would be payment of invoices in the amount of. And so I'm sure you have that in front of you, of the payment of invoice sheets. And so during that report, are you able to share with me what the total was for the payments of invoices that are in front of you? Do you all have that? Okay. So if you do have that, then my question then would be, so you all have that amount, and it tells you the period of which it was from. So I'm assuming it was probably from the month of July, because you wouldn't have the payment of invoices for August. So now that you have that in front of you, is there anyone that can tell me the payment that was made to the bank on the $11 million loan? So I guess you're not going to tell me that either.
No, so question to clarify. So are you talking about this?
I've been sitting over there asking everybody what you're saying because I haven't been able to hear a word, and now I can't even hear you, Mark. I don't know if it's my fault. Maybe my ears are
Check
going
1,
along
2.
with everything else.
This one seems to work better. So your question about the expenses for the month of July, is that what you had a
Well,
question
that's the
about?
report. That is
Yeah.
the report that you unanimously supported in your
Yep.
consent agenda, and it says payment of invoices, but there was no total given.
Okay, 7/31/26 to 8/13/26.
17, what?
No,
S-
7/31/26.
7/31/26 to 8.
731, 731,000?
No, July 31st to August, what did you say?
13.
To August 13th is the
Okay,
invoice date.
so during that period of time, and what was the payments?
$322,196.93.
Okay. Does it also list the payment for the loan?
No.
Is that a monthly or quarterly loan payment?
We pay that loan off at the end of the term.
Pardon me?
We pay that loan off at the end of the term.
At the end of the term, okay.
Yep.
And now I have a question, and I think I brought this up at the Building and Site meeting. Is there a separate account for Building and Site, or is the money deposited in the general fund?
So you want to explain how that works? So Ron will explain that? Go ahead.
It comes into the general fund, and it's allocated to the account.
So it comes into the general fund, and I'm a cement company, and I send you an invoice, and then you write a check out of the general fund under Building and Site.
Correct.
Okay. So I don't know how long that's been going on, but it's $1.2 million a year that would come into the general fund. So I had a little bit of chance to, in my mind, to calculate that. So who gets the interest on the Building and Site money?
So those dollars just flow into our general fund in an interest account as revenue.
Okay, and you can't do that. So I'd just like to bring that up, that it has to be a separate fund, and the interest belongs to the Building and Site Fund, and we don't borrow the money from the people in the city and tell them it's a Building and Site Fund, and then use that fund and keep the interest in the general fund, of which could go towards salaries or go through whatever. Am I out of time, Susan? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
But there was
There
back
was
and
back and
forth, so, I mean,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
no, there's back and forth, so you can.
It should have been paused when Mark was talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should have been paused every time Mark talked. It should have been paused.
I
Sorry.
didn't.
It should have been, your time should have been paused every time Mark spoke, anytime you were answered.
Oh, okay. Well,
So let me just ask you, do you have a lot more to speak about?
no.
Okay, so go ahead, go ahead.
No.
So add another like 30 seconds on. But if,
Did I make myself clear?
Yes.
About the general fund?
1,000%,
And
yes.
so, it's not part of the general fund. And so the money raised from that. And, when we're struggling here to get things done, like new lighting in the parking lot for safety, I don't know what that additional would have helped us with, but I'm concerned that and it was that way, that there was a separate account called Building and Site Fund. The money is put into that fund, and the interest stayed in that fund. So I'd like to bring that to your attention. And then on the next agenda, when you give that report, if you would please put down payment and invoices in the amount of. Thank you very much.
thank you, Mrs. Morgan. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? All right. Yeah, you're, all right. Kudos, do we have any kudos? I don't think we do we? Okay. All right, adjournment, 7:54. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education adjourns the meeting at 7:54 PM. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Winless.
Support.
Supported by trustee Anderson. Roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Wall?
Yes.
Trustee Willis, yes. Trustee Sterlini?
We have, motion carries. I'm just saying, we have a quorum. Ugh. All right, so we're going to meet back up for a study session, go over OW Best handbooks, the AHS handbooks. You guys want to meet back at 8 or 8:05?
8
8's good. We'll meet up at 8.
or 8:05.
You're good for everyone? You want 8:05?
No, 8 is good.
Okay, we'll be here at 8 o'clock. We're going to be here a minute. Be here a minute.
There it
All
is.
right. I understand if people have to leave.
Yeah, I just got that one. I will get those. Can you? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I was there too. I forgot. You told me. Yeah, I was there.
So the first thing the guy said, what was it, Ryan Adams, said, we're going to be here a while.
Yeah, he did.
And we didn't get done till 11.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
11, he just
I
kept
forgot about that. You said
going
that.
and going
Yeah.
and going.
He was so good. Pat Benatar was just waiting to song. Her voice isn't there, but she didn't sing the one hit of her, the biggest of
Yeah,
hers.
I think what they tried is some kids. I don't know, downplayed her, and